But if I may say what I think.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right. We're here to passionately, put it down here on the internet. But I guess I pretty much have to agree. How many stars for you?
I'd give it a strong 3.5.
Strong
I
three.
would give it 4 stars, but the rewatchability sort of
Yeah.
drops it down a little bit. But I'd give it a really strong 3.5 stars. It's
Yeah.
insanely well made.
I mean, for me, Last House on the Left, 4, easy 4. Now, this is a perfect, Last House on the Left, 16 millimeter, perfect example of something which movie studios completely miss nowadays, which is they think that money, effects, 3D makes a movie. Well, Last House on the Left is a perfect showcase that shows that the opposite is actually more true, where you don't need, big, huge stars, big, huge, effects, or really much of anything. And what's behind the filmmaker's intention and the drive of the project, and also the actor's obviously ability to successfully make the situation realistic is what really makes a movie. And if any fans out there who haven't checked it out, I really recommend the Blu-ray, because it is on Blu-ray. And I think for me, I'm not so keen on the movies made now that are perfect digital and stuff. For me, Blu-ray really shines with the older stuff, especially movies like Last House on the Left that are 16, where Blu-ray can really perfectly duplicate that raw, grainy 16 millimeter. And Last House on the Left Blu-ray is very great, but Last House on the Left is just, it's very sloppy. And if you look at younger people now reviewing it on Amazon and stuff, and they'll comment as well on the music, being like, "What the hell is that there?" And it's the time. You have to understand this is the early 70s.
Yeah.
And but I really like the music. The music in itself is actually iconic. And what's his name, old moron, when he made Cabin Fever, actually took
Eli
some
Roth.
tracks. Yeah,
I like Eli Roth. I don't like his movies.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I don't like anything of his, but I just thought it was cool that he actually took some of the, finally someone actually acknowledged the music from Last House, which I always thought was kind of cool. And but anyway, not onto that. But I'm just saying that the acting of what I was saying was that the movie is really raw and very. It does appear, obviously, compared to now, amateurishly done. But again, like, what the heck movie? I don't know. There's other movies from that era that come across the same way, which is this kind of gives it this feeling of, documentariness, and it adds to the rawness. And the movie couldn't be more like harrowing. It's just like, oh my gosh! And the scene when, apparently, if you listen to the commentary, when he is actually raping her, when the girl's taking her clothes off, it's like she's like, the crying is like for real from what they say. And to me, if I was making that scene, to me the most important thing is that the actors are there making a movie for you, and to me the most important thing is that the actors are comfortable doing what they're doing. And I'm split down the middle between his decision of continuing to go like that when she was, because in one hand he got this amazing footage, and then on the other, she doesn't even want to I don't think there's any interviews with her or anything like that. She doesn't like necessarily, I don't know if she's likes that she's been a part of that. So, but I'd have to say that, yeah, gosh, that makes that scene even harder to watch. Like, oh man, okay, those tears and all this stuff isn't even fake, and everyone's just. That's why you can kind of see some of them, like,
Oh yeah,
because they're like, really, what, do we continue here?
That's what I was sort of trying to get at. It was that, like, unlike I Spit on Your Grave, that's a similar movie in tone in a lot of ways. That this one works because it played everything for realism.
Yeah,
and it's as you say, raw, that visceral feel.
Pretty much as raw as you're gonna get. I think with a movie. I mean. Then, now, anytime, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
it's funny, if like you watch the remake, it's far toned down compared to the original one. Which almost, like, look at Halloween, and then the remake of Halloween, which is so much more like intense and whatnot. You look at Last House on the Left, and the intensity in the remake is a far cry from the original thing, because there's no topping that. Short of like actually doing real penetrating rape, but I don't think that would be legal.
That's not legal. Nor is it nice.
Nor is it something I don't think anybody wants to watch. Or most people, I should say.
Anyway. But yeah, I think we pretty much covered it, but I can't comment enough on the... And a couple years later, a movie which came very close, I'd say maybe equaled in its own way, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas, yeah.
Was another thing that wasn't as sloppily done technically. I think it was a little better done. Whereas it doesn't have so much, like, because there was a lot more dolly shots.
It was more better done in terms of that, but I don't think the camera framing and whatnot. I think Wes Craven is a better visual director than Tobe Hooper. And that's not saying that Tobe Hooper's bad. He's made some of my favorite movies. Texas Chainsaw, Poltergeist.
That, yeah.
But Wes Craven has sort of a nice flow with his story. Almost none of his movies are poorly paced, whereas Texas Chainsaw Massacre has its ups and downs. That said, I do like Texas Chainsaw Massacre quite a bit.
And we'll
talk about that.
Yeah, but we're going on quite a ways, but I think we did a pretty good job. I mean, is that all you pretty much have to say? I mean,
I've never officially said it. My one other complaint about the movie is the music. The music sort of dates the movie, but I think that it detracts from the rawness. Like, he was trying to make it feel really raw, and if you watch it now, like, I understand at the time most movies had that kind of soundtrack, but if you watch it now, it almost makes the scenes kind of funny, and that's something that you really don't want to watch, because then it tells the audience that they're supposed to be laughing during this movie, and that's not something that I think you want. It would almost be better, it'd be insanely uncomfortable, but it'd almost be better if he took out the score. Like, it'd be an interesting experiment if he released a version without the score and just played everything natural sounds, basically.
But I think that song, While They're Raping Her,
with the exception of the song. The song works.
And that song is so great.
Yeah.
I just love it. And like I say, David has his contribution not only as that horrible, horrible character, which I guess he's been, been on the subway and stuff like that. He's been pretty, he's been eyed, meanly, very understandably. But his contribution to Last House on the Left is so grand that
and I'd also want to give a shout out to the lead woman. She was
which one's the lead?
The one that actually gets raped.
Oh yeah.
She delivers such a strong performance all the way through. You feel like within her first two scenes, you just completely
my breast filled up.
Yeah.
Trust me.
you immediately feel for her, and that's sort of a gift to just have a sympathetic person just based on the visual side of her, and she plays it insanely well all the way through.
And on the behalf of Wes, I apologize for what you went through. If Wes didn't say it, I say it for him. It's not necessarily nice if you're really uncomfortable and crying to continue rolling, and if that completely screwed up your life. On behalf of Wes, I apologize. I have no authority to do that, but I'm such a nice guy. This isn't it's not an authorized, it's unauthorized, but yeah. 4 stars, Last House on the Left is like one of the most brutal, raw portrayals of something that ever captured on film, and is a must-see.
Yeah, totally. Check it.
Thanks for watching.